Moving out east, it is the Rangers taking on the Carolina Hurricanes, at least it was. That series is now over as the Rangers avoid disaster in another game where they were soundly outplayed. This series had 6 games. In at least 5 of them, Carolina was the better team. And in most by a significant margin. And that has to be incredibly difficult for Rod Brind'Amour to swallow and for the Carolina Hurricanes franchise and fan base to swallow. That shouldn't happen. And it's happening a lot for Carolina. We'll get to that in a second. But for the Rangers, Chris Kreider has established himself as an all-time great in New York. I don't know if the guy will get a statue, but he should get something when he retires. I don't know if he is jersey retirement worthy, but if they had forever a Ranger, he's that. Like, whatever the next step down from jersey retirement. And honestly, man, they've won 1 championship in like 80 years. If you want to retire his jersey, by all means, go for it. This was legendary status for a guy who has been so important to this team and a part of the foundation of this franchise for so long. And he has his big breakout game when they need it the most. Down 3-1 with 13 minutes to go. He gets a gosh darn hat trick to lead this team into the Eastern Conference Finals. And like when you look at what he has done, and how he has been the leader for this team for so long, when you start to get compared to Mark Messier with the Rangers in terms of leadership, and I think Mess is maybe a touch overrated, but in Ranger lore, when you start getting compared to that cat, given what happened in 1994, you're doing something right. And he has been so important to this team. When we talk about Carolina outplaying the Rangers, we're kind of talking about Carolina outplaying the Rangers save for one, because Kreider has been everywhere in this series. His speed matches what you need to have in today's game. His physical presence in front gives him an edge. He is a rare combination of incredibly quick, very good skater, and scores most of his goals where Dave Vanderchuk and Tomas Holmstrom used to live. Like, you would think with that kind of speed, it's a bunch of goals off the rush, and there are certainly some, but a lot of them are what we saw last night: deflection in front, jamming away at the side of the goal, those sorts of plays that lead to success. He is everything you need. And when you want to talk about like setting a tone and all of those different cliche things that I do think matter, he's the one. He is absolutely. So you can put a C on whoever the hell you want on that team. It's that guy. That guy is the leader on this hockey club and the tone setter, and one of the reasons why they are off to the Eastern Conference Finals. Another reason would be Igor Shesterkin with a couple of huge saves late to get them there. But for the Hurricanes, it's heartbreak, man. It keeps happening. Like, this is a team that has been good enough to win a championship for a few years now. And it's banana peel after banana peel after banana peel, and they haven't even made it to the Cup final, which does feel like it is being a bit harsh. It's like, oh, well, you haven't even been one of the final 2, but they have been in win now mode for a little bit. And the thing is, I don't know what the answer is. I mean, I kind of know what the answer is. It's a better goalie. But aside from that, where do you turn? Because like the talent on this team is exceptional. They had an amazing deadline getting Gensel and Kuznetsov. They go and get Burns a couple of years ago. He was big. And then you have a lot of pieces filling in around it. Like Aho's obviously great. Teravainen is fine. But Martinuk had a really good series. Nikash had an excellent series. Drury was everywhere. Kotkaniemi is fine. Like, they have the depth players you would think you need. They have one of the better blue lines in the National Hockey League. They have all the pieces. And they have one of the best coaches in the league. So a lot of the attention now goes between the pipes. And look, I was critical of Freddie Anderson. He kept them in a few of these games in this series. I'm not going to go so far as to say he cost them in this game, but they needed him to kind of steal a couple of those in the third period, and he didn't. In a game where he was tested 6 times in the first half of it, they needed him to be better than he was. And that, I guess, has always been the thing there, right? Like, they've tried to go this guy was an elite backup, so let's go with him, with Antti Ranta. They tried to go with, okay, well, we've seen Freddie Anderson do it before at certain spots, so maybe we can get him here. They need a real guy there. And that's probably it, to be perfectly honest. They have such a good team around it. If they can get the goaltending figured out, then this is going to be a team that I do think continues to threaten for a Stanley Cup.